folks, and welcome back to Sports Battle with Miles and Quinn. Today is Monday, July 13th, and we got a great show coming up for you today. We'll be back after these words. Coming next to Sports Babble Network, we have the all-new Babblehead. Babblehead is a completely new design that Sports Babble came up with. So you're used to your regular old bobbleheads. You tap them on the head, they bobble, right? Babblehead does the same thing, but we have one more extension. You can buy accessories for your Babblehead. So say you want Miles with a Tom Brady Buccaneers jersey on, you can buy that accessory and attach it. You want a Christmas theme, you want us to look like Santa Claus, go ahead. We have all accessories from summer to winter, from Giants to Jets. Everything you want is in Babblehead.
So, hello, welcome back. Like Quinn said, it's another day, another show. Today's the 13th, and it's our 13th episode. Wow, what are the odds of that happening? Alright, let's get into it. Before we start our show, we'd just like to give you a few words about YouTube. So, of course, we are doing this on YouTube, so we'd really appreciate you guys liking the content, subscribing for more videos, and of course, just helping us out, giving us comments, letting you know what you think of us, and
Yeah, like Miles said, guys, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share with your friends. It would really help us out. And also, I want to address the fact that, yes, we did not post last week. Big bummer, obviously, but it was 4th of July, so, we had things going on. We hope all of you guys had a great 4th of July. We were just celebrating 4th of July, so we did not post last week, but we are back and more ready than ever to post better and different Sports Babble content. And better includes the new setup that we got, because we used to be upstairs in my room. It was kind of crowded, but now we're downstairs. There's a lot more room. We got a completely new setup. We got all these props here. Miles sit on the other end of the table here. We got Noah behind the scenes over there. So that is why we didn't post last week. So I think you want to just hop right into the show, Miles?
Oh, yeah, like you said, we got a new setup here, and of course we've had some time to think about it, and some interesting stuff has unraveled today. So mainly what we are going to be talking about today is the New England Patriots signing Cam Newton. We'll also be discussing Patrick Mahomes and his massive new contract. And, of course, well, let's just get it started. So, Cam Newton with the New England Patriots.
Oh, wow.
I did not expect that happening. I personally didn't think it was going to happen. I knew he was going to get signed. I just didn't think it would be the Patriots. And what do you think of this move, Quinn?
Well, I feel like a lot of people were like, I feel like some people were skeptical. They were like, even more before the draft, though. It was a bold move, not taking quarterback in the draft for the Patriots. Trading so they didn't get that first round pick just showed, it seemed to show that they didn't need a quarterback, but still making this bold move late in the game, signing Cam Newton to a $7.5 million contract. It's kind of crazy, but I think it was a good decision. Cam Newton, I think he's always been a great quarterback, and he always will be. The injury thing's a little tough for him. He's got to try and next year keep it within his ability of injuries, like hurting his foot last year. It might take a toll on him, but yeah.
All right, so yeah, like you said, injuries are kind of a problem with Cam Newton. Missed all of last year with a foot injury, and that's his biggest issue. I mean, Cam Newton is 6'5", 220, 230. I mean, he's a big human, so when he's running, and he runs a lot, and every time he gets hit, it's more pressure on his joints, and it hurts him more. So if he stays healthy, he's a good quarterback, but staying healthy is an issue for him. And, of course, $7.5 million. Honestly, I mean, New England signing him is sort of a big risk for New England, and he's under a lot of pressure this year because if he's not good this year, then chances are he's not going to get signed for a lot of money. And $7.5 million is a really good deal for Cam Newton, even if he is to some point injured. I mean, he is not even one of the top 20 quarterbacks being paid this year. He's 22nd, tied with Tyrod Taylor, a backup for the Browns. I mean, he was a Bills quarterback. He got he signed with the Browns, played one game, got injured. Baker Mayfield played. He was good. Last year he played with them again. So Tyrod Taylor and Cam Newton getting paid the same amount of money. That seems kind of unreal to me. But as a Patriots fan, I'm happy with this decision, and I think that he is going to help their team. But something that's kind of crazy that not really anybody's talking about is, as of right now, New England Patriots have 5 quarterbacks. 2 that they got from the undrafted free agency. 1 that's been filtering in and out of their system, a quarterback who last year was a rookie who will be going into his second year, and, of course, Cam Newton. So I'm thinking New England's going to have to at least release 2 of those quarterbacks, maybe even 3, but I think that New England will probably keep 1 as a backup and put 1 on the practice squad. But anyway, Cam Newton to the Patriots, big risk. Of course, it could be big reward. I think that Jarrett Stidham, the other contender for the New England Patriots quarterback job, I think that we were all kind of hoping for a miracle there. And now Cam Newton's here, and they'll give Stidham more time to learn under Belichick and Hoyer. So I think that this was a good move by New England.
Yeah, like you said, 5 quarterbacks in the New England system. Kind of crazy, but like you said, again, Cam Newton, great move by them. Jarrett Stidham just gets an extra year to learn. I think he's also a great backup QB for this year. I think if Cam Newton does happen to get hurt again, I think maybe not keep the exact same momentum that Cam Newton might have had. But, no one's really seen him play since he played in college. So, we'll see how he does. And like you said, again, $7.5 million, tying with Tyrod Taylor, who no one really hears about, backup for the Browns. Cam Newton, if he wasn't injured, then he's definitely a better QB than $7.5 million. But, after being injured, that kind of lowers his contract. But I just want to compare Cam Newton's contract to Patrick Mahomes' contract. This is mainly Cam Newton thing. But wow, Patrick Mahomes signing a $503 million year deal. That's $500 million. You guys want to know how much money he makes a second? He makes $1 a second, guys. Imagine making $1 a second. Every second, so just handing you $1. That's just crazy. $500 million. He literally makes $50 million a year. Like, that's just unspoken of. Most expensive contract in sports history. It's kind of just crazy.
Yeah, it is. And as a lot of you know, I really don't like the Chiefs, and I'm also a Boston Red Sox fan, so I'm not a huge Yankees fan either. Well, I don't like them at all, but anyway, so the Yankees signed Garrett Cole to a $346 million deal for 7 years, which is just huge. And then the Chiefs signed Patrick Mahomes to a 10-year, $500 million deal, and that just also hurts. So Boston, sorry, but your enemies are just getting a lot of different players for a lot of money. And back to Cam Newton, I think that, he's a good quarterback and it's a good signing, but we've talked about the positives, but we have not talked about the negatives of signing Cam Newton. And I think one of the negatives is, obviously, he gets hurt a lot. He may still be on the Panthers if he didn't get hurt last year, because he could have played and he could have been good. He could have taken them to the playoffs. And, with Christian McCaffrey having a great year last year, they could have had connections, and I don't know. That's a big what-if situation, but this is a make-it-or-break-it year for Cam Newton. If he does good, then he can get paid by another team or by New England. If he doesn't do good, then that's going to hurt for him in his career. But so anyway, so he's under a lot of pressure. He gets injured a lot, and, he runs the ball a lot, which is a good way to get injured. But also, New England has not really had a history of running quarterbacks, and I'm not sure how well he'll fit into the organization. I know that Bill Belichick will try to have him pass more often, but, it's only to which extent and if he's a good fit in New England.
Yeah, like you said, he's really one of the first running quarterbacks the Patriots have seen in a while. It's tough to know if he'll fit with the Patriots scheme. Playing with the Panthers, he was like that was the main subject the Panthers liked him doing. That might have been a main reason the Panthers liked him as a QB. He could scramble, but I'm not sure how well that will fit as a Patriots player. It's kind of tough to know. We'll see next year. But who we haven't heard from yet this show? We haven't heard from Noah, our executive producer. So how about we send it on over to him, see what he thinks.
Okay, so thanks, Quinn, for tuning me in. So I just had a question. So you think that the Patriots might limit Cam Newton's running ability so they don't want him to get hurt, or do you think they'll say just go for it and run like he usually does?
Well, this really depends because throughout the first 3 games that really kind of will show you, and once you start playing better teams with better defense. But I think that if he runs a lot, then New England's probably going to ask him to stop running so much. If he turns out to be a player that, the Patriots really like what he's doing and he's throwing good passes, I have to think they'll limit him because, of course, he only has 1-year contract, so they might want to re-sign him. If he turns out he's missing throws, he's overthrowing guys, he's running more often, and the Patriots don't think they'll re-sign him, I think they'll just say, go for it, do whatever you want. We're probably not going to re-sign you next year. So I'm really not sure, honestly, depending on how well he's rushing. But I think that the thing is New England's just going to say keep doing what's working for you. And I don't know if that's regarding running or passing or both, but I can't imagine New England's going to ask him to stop running.
Well, that's kind of an if situation like Miles was saying. If it's working, then the Patriots might just say go for it. If they're not planning on re-signing him, they might just say go for it, see what's working. But you never really know. It's really tough to tell until you see him start. If he's not doing well, they won't tell him just don't run the ball, Cam, but they might be limit running. We're trying to keep you as healthy as possible. And it's not really working out, so try and pass the ball to see how that works out. But personally, I think next year it's going to be kind of like a Deshaun Watson situation. I don't think Cam Newton will live up to Deshaun Watson, obviously being one of the best QBs in the league right now that Deshaun Watson is.
Absolutely.
But, Deshaun Watson, he can run the ball, which Cam Newton obviously can do, as many of you know. Deshaun Watson can also throw the ball, which, Cam Newton, he can do. So I think it will be more that situation. He'll run the ball if he's running out of situations. He doesn't know where to go with the ball. I think he can run the ball for 10, 15 yards and then slide. I think that's what the Patriots need to teach him how to do. Because Cam Newton, last year, he tries to, truck people over, and that's where he can get injured. The Patriots kind of need to teach him how to slide and not get as injured. So I think that's what the Patriots need to do. Cam Newton, I don't think he's going to be a Lamar Jackson type guy that just run.
Yeah, another thing about Cam Newton is that he is also kind of undervalued as a passer. Patrick Mahomes is undervalued as a runner. But I think that New England will definitely work on both of them, and they will work on, making him pass more. And I think that it'll help out New England a lot, and I think that they'll be successful in trying.
And, also, Miles always says this to me, the Patriots have a pretty underrated running back system. Their running back system with Sony Michel and what's
James
his
White
Ja-
and
James
Rex
White.
Burkhead.
Yeah, that's pretty great receiving running back core. I do see Cam Newton maybe scrambling out of the pocket, getting away from pressure, and throwing it out to maybe the flat to James White or Shoney Michelle. I see that working out for them.
Yeah, I also see that working out for them.
And I just see it being a great learning opportunity for, Cam Newton. Just the Patriots are going to teach him so much that he hasn't learned with the Panthers. And I think that it's going to make him, just a much better QB.
Yeah, I also want to this is way off topic, but it's also another kind of larger thing in the NFL right now. As many of you have heard, officially the Redskins are no longer the Washington Redskins. So many of us are curious to see what their new name will be. Washington Redskins. There was a lot of controversy about that name. There always has been. And what's their GM's name? The Redskins GM, he said that no matter what, he'd never change the name. Not living up to that, but so they are changing it. So. Yeah.
Yeah, the Washington Redskins, along with the Cleveland Indians, plan to change their names. I'm not going to go into the Cleveland Indians changing their names because that would be a much longer discussion and kind of boring. But anyway, so the Washington Redskins changing their names. Will there be big uniform and helmet changes to come? We are not sure yet. We don't even know what they're going to be called. There are some front runners, and on social media there have been a bunch of names going around. But the issue with Washington is they posted a list of possible names for them, so people went around and trademarked them, so now that Washington would have to pay to use them. So not a great idea there, but I get wanting to let your fans, kind of help you decide, I guess. And, some parts of the name were not great, and they do need to be changed. So Washington changing their name, it's exciting, and they might revamp their jersey and helmet situation as well.
Changing their name, just like Miles said. The Cleveland Indians also changed to the Cleveland Browns. We have... never mind. That's baseball. Scratch that thought. All right. But anyways, they changed their name along with the Raiders this season changed to the Las Vegas Raiders. That's so weird to say. That's kind of weird, but yeah. So just wanted to add that.
Yeah. All right. So we are at the halfway mark in our show. Wait, unless Noah has anything to say about anything that we talked about?
I think you guys are doing great so far.
Thanks, bro. You the best. Anyway, we will go into our advertisement break, and then we will do what we usually do.
We'll be back for listener questions and trivia after these words. Coming soon to Sports Battle Network, we have the all-new design, Chair Up. Chair Up is a design that lets you go up in your chair without having to do all that work to stand up and sit back down. So picture this. You're sitting in your chair and you want to go down to get to that perfect height, but then you go too far and you want to go back up, but you don't want to have to stand up, pull the lever, and sit back down. That's what Chair Up's for. You can just pull one lever, and there you are, going up to the stars. So cheer up for Chair Up.
Hello, Professor Dewindle here to talk about Cheer Up. Side effects from Cheer Up may cause death because fumes coming out of Cheer Up is toxic. But don't forget to cheer up for Cheer Up.
Courtesy of Morning Light Music for making this awesome sound. And remember, one last time, cheer up for Cheer Up.
creepy case. It's a pillowcase. Creepy case, it's our face. Everywhere you'll ever go, people will say, people will know, that's creepy case. It's their face. Creepy case, the pillowcase. We're the best, we help you rest. Everything is great. We can help you sleep better. Ish. Kind of not. Oh wait, we're hot. Creepy case. We help you sleep, 'cause it's our face. Every day, every way, we help you sleep and we help you play.
Act now before to settle on our pending lawsuits.
Hello, everybody. That was a great word from our sponsors, right? Wasn't it, Quinn?
Yeah, that was great.
Great commercials there, and we actually wanted to talk to you about commercials. So last week we didn't technically fully not record. Earlier in the week, I think it was Wednesday.
Yeah.
Or Tuesday or whatever. But anyway, we did our commercials there. We had a ton of fun. Fortunately, the creepy case one that you just heard, it didn't really work right, so we had to re-record that about an hour ago. So that was super fun. The first time it took us like 9 tries because it was total improvised song, and today it took us like 3 or 4. But yeah, it was super fun making them, and we also did like a photo shoot sort of thing, and we'll probably put some pictures up on our website. And we also played Madden, and I am taking a commanding 2-1 lead. And also, we did the haircut bet only with Quinn, so now Quinn has a haircut. Yeah, guys, it's a pretty fire haircut anyway. So, anyway, it was super fun. It was super fun doing the commercials. Sometime I hope to do that again. If we ever know we're not going to be able to record, I hope that we can do that because it was still super fun. All right, Quinn, do you want to do our weekly shout-out?
Well, I just want to say Miles is right. So the first time we did Creepy Case, we had some technical difficulties. It was kind of funny, though, how it happened the first time. Miles was here. We were like, all right, so Miles, just kind of go for it. We were not recording. Unfortunately, I feel like the first one was the best of all time. But, we were just kind of just like, Miles, go for it. See what you got. And without saying anything, he goes into like a rap, and me and Noah are so surprised, We kind of just went with it. It was a really good idea by Miles. Kind of changed it up with the commercials that we've had. The ones that we've had recently have kind of been similar, not like the same idea, but a similar layout. Miles kind of changed that up with Creepy Case, which I really liked. So those were some great commercials. And so shout outs, first shout out, this is like a, not really shout out, but it's like a reminder. Make sure to email sportsbabbleVT@gmail.com for any listener questions on anything, just about the show, or email us with commercial ideas, topic ideas for the show. If you do email us with topic ideas for the show, we would like for you guys to call in what is now called the bench for the people who are calling in. It would be great if you guys could call in. We would feature you in the show. You'd be the special guest for that show. I hope it would be a great experience for you guys. It would be really fun here at the studio. You just call in. We'd feature you in the show. It'd be great. Have a great time. And now on to the other shout outs. Bacon Broz, we're in a bit of a rough patch here. After school ended, we've had a hard time figuring out the work aspect of it, but I have had talked with Brody, and so we are hoping to get back up and running with better stuff than ever on Bacon Broz. Bacon Broz, we've kind of made a little bit of a layout for some merch, on customink.com. So that was great. We might actually have merch for Sports Babble 2 soon. That would also be great. That'd be super cool, wouldn't it? And so, yeah, so all you Sports Babble listeners could have merch. So that's another shout out. So, Miles, do you have anything to add to the shout out section?
Well, if maybe you don't really want to be in a Sports Babble commercial and you don't really want to email us, you could just leave a possible idea in the comments section of our videos. I mean, it's only if you don't want to be in it or you don't want to email us for some reason. That's about it. And also, leave your thoughts in the comments below. Also subscribe and click the notification bell so that you never miss an upload for Sports Bevel with Miles and Quinn, the best YouTube channel in the history of ever.
Yeah, like Miles said, if you don't feel comfortable maybe being on the show, that's totally fine. We'd still love to have your topic idea. If you want us, no matter what, if you want us to like give you a shout out, we can definitely do that. Any birthdays too? We haven't had a birthday shout in a while. If one of you guys listening has a birthday coming up, write that in the comment sections or email us. We will shout you out in our next episode if that's like around when your birthday is, So whenever your birthday is, like around that time, that week's episode, we will shout you out. So I think that wraps it up for the sponsor section. That means we are heading it back over to our executive producer, Noah. So Noah, hit us with the listener questions and trivia of the day.
Okay, so hopefully I don't get smacked with the helmet today. Don't really want that to happen. Okay, so listener questions. So, number 1. So, Miles, why do you think Cam wasn't re-signed to the Panthers?
Well, I mean, I don't know if it was not being reliable and not playing last year, but I think the thing was that they did sign Teddy Bridgewater, who had a good year with the Saints, and, Christian McCaffrey's there, and he'll help with the running game. Teddy Bridgewater can also kind of run. Teddy Bridgewater was in the Pro Bowl in 2015, so I think that they just got a better option than Cam Newton, in their opinion. And I don't know, maybe if they knew that Cam was going to sign for $7.5 million, they would have re-signed him as at least a backup. But, they probably didn't know that. And, Cam Newton not exactly needed after Teddy Bridgewater got there. So I think that Teddy Bridgewater is mainly the reason why Cam Newton did not get re-signed.
And, maybe if Cam Newton had maybe not getting injured and proven to the Panthers that he was still reliable and could still stay healthy as best as possible, maybe that would have helped his chances of staying with the Panthers. But, he didn't, and that's where Teddy Bridgewater came into play after showing last year. He was a great backup when Drew Brees got hurt. That proved to a lot of teams that he was capable of being a starting QB for any team in the league that needed a starting QB. So, yeah. It's kind of just like an injury thing.
Uh-huh. Okay, so, do you think the Patriots made the right choice in signing Cam Newton, or do you think they could have gone for, like, maybe a draft pick for a quarterback or something like that?
Well, I mean, I think that ultimately, for the amount of money that they got Cam Newton at, I think it was the right call because, I mean, sometimes in the draft you end up spending some money in the first round, and that's probably the reason why New England traded their first-round draft pick away because, they did a good job this year on cutting down their salary cap, and I don't think that having a big quarterback there would have helped them. But ultimately, I think that it was the right call signing Cam Newton, especially since they got him this cheap, and I don't know if New England would have signed him if it were for $10 or $13 million. But I think that for this amount of money, he's definitely worth it. He's probably a $10 million worth quarterback. So I think that New England definitely made the right call.
Yeah, it's kind of a steal for those of you who are not familiar with the term steal. It's when you get a better deal, like you get the better end of the deal, Cam Newton, after being injured, like Miles said, if he hadn't been injured, maybe $10 million dollar worth quarterback. He was though, so 7.5 I think was a great deal. Like Miles said, also sometimes in the first round you end up spending some money. So they definitely cut down on their salary cap this year by signing Cam Newton for only $7.5 million. It was, like I said before, it was a steal. Cam Newton, he's a great QB that if he stays healthy, he could be maybe top 30 QB in the league. Great QB if he can stay healthy. So I think they made a great decision.
Okay, and then last one. Do you think he can fill in the spot that Brady left, and kind of live up to what Brady had left? I guess, yeah.
Well, I mean, Brady is the greatest of all time, so that's very big and somewhat impossible shoes to fill. I don't think he has better running capabilities than Tom Brady does by kind of a lot, but Brady was definitely a better passer, and Brady was, older and knew more about football and just loved the game so much. So I don't necessarily know if he'll be able to fill it in, but when Joe Montana left the San Francisco 49ers and went to the Kansas City Chiefs, at that time he was the GOAT, and it was the biggest shoes to fill ever. And then Steve Young came in, and then he dominated in the Super Bowl, so I think that definitely he could be able to. It really depends, and, they don't have a very easy schedule this year, playing Seattle, Kansas City, San Francisco, the Dolphins. I'm not really sure, but I think that he could definitely fill in Brady's shoes, but he'll have to work really hard. Brady works super hard to be a great quarterback, and, just depends.
I mean, also to fill in Brady's shoes, he has to prove himself this first year to be able to get to the extent that Brady was. Because if he can't even prove himself this year, he might go. Chances are, if he doesn't prove himself, he won't get re-signed, and then you never know if another team's going to re-sign him or not. So we'll see what happens there. So I think he has to go through steps. First, he has to just focus on doing really well this year. And then maybe he can look up to Tom Brady and try and go towards that. And also, like Miles said, Cam Newton, better rusher than Tom Brady. Tom Brady, he was old and slow, but he was a great passer. Cam Newton, he's a little younger. He's faster. Not as great as making decisions and throwing the ball, which does take a toll on your team. But, it's kind of another if situation. I think if he proves himself this year, then we'll see. But if not, I think no.
Okay, so now we're gonna move on to the trivia. But before I do that, as you can see in the top right corner of my screen, you can see that you can email sportsbattle at sportsbattlevt@gmail.com. And for any listener questions, ideas about the show, comments, and also check out the YouTube and stuff like that. But, okay, so now how about we move into the trivia?
This is my most feared section of the show.
Let's go, trivia. Gotta get that adrenaline pumping.
Trivia of the day. So, what was Cam Newton's total passing yards for his career so far? Was it 29,000, 28,740, or 29,042, or 29,041?
You really hit us here with the tough ones.
Seriously.
The chances that Noah's getting slapped this episode are so slim, folks. They're so slim.
I think I'm going to have to go with 29.
29, okay.
Darn it.
Quinn?
I'm going the 28 route.
28, okay.
No way we both get slapped.
No way.
Okay, so actually, I'm pretty surprised.
I swear if it's neither.
You both got it right somehow. I'm joking. So, you guys got it wrong. It was actually 29,041. You Miles, you're going in the right direction.
Miles.
I almost just I don't even know. Okay, so, how about you guys just do what you do best?
This is how it works, Noah. Since we both got it wrong, you slapped Miles on the head. You slapped me on the head.
Okay.
Let's just see.
Who's getting slapped?
Me and Miles.
I think that, whoever gets slapped has to kind of kneel down in front of the table like you're like a knight getting
Let's go.
But you get right there.
You gotta do it on camera.
Here,
right there.
I can.
Right
Okay,
there.
so here, let me just take my stuff.
I think is he on there? Yeah, perfect.
Can you put on
Who's
this?
slapping me?
Here.
Noah slapping you. Folks, this is the most feared section of the show. Probably your favorite at home, Get some action there, but Noah's going for a big slap, folks. Oh, and Miles is crying. Miles got knocked out, folks. Miles got knocked out.
That was a little bit hard.
That was kind of lethal, folks. No, you got to be careful. All right. Whew. God dang, I'm not ready for this. I might run.
Let's go, guys. Quinn commentated mine, so I'm going to commentate his. All right. Quinn Lynch putting on the helmet. And The helmet is on the head, and it's on. Chin strap is in place. Subject is kneeling. Subject is down. Subject is laughing. The hand is on. Oh, savage. Now Noah is standing on Quinn. So the lunch family is here. I'm sorry, I'm being told by a technical producer that it's Lynch. I want some lunch now.
And welcome back to the show.
What did I have for lunch today?
Boy, was that crazy.
Tomato soup.
Anyway, thank you guys for having me on the show yet again. Haven't been fired yet. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So no, that was a really tough one. Like I said, folks, the chances that me and Miles both getting that right, so slim.
I almost got it right.
You were so close. You're going the right route. But I think that wraps it up for episode 13 of Sports Babble with Miles and Quinn. We'll see you folks next time.
Please subscribe and click that notification bell that says all. It will help us and help you.
And comment too. That would be great.
And then like your own comments.
We'll see you guys next time.
Yep, later dudes.